This is Damon Tenen with the Get Your GED Now test preparation series, and here I am with everyone's favorite book, the Kaplan GED book. For some reason, everyone just loves this book. It is so popular, and so I've been getting questions probably for the past 2 or 3 months. People just ask me to do some Kaplan problems. And so, you know, people love the Kaplan book, and as a GED teacher, I can see why. I actually use it in the classroom to teach my students here in my local classroom, and I also use it with my online students. But I can also see some of the problems with this book. For a lot of my friends out there who have been out of school for 10 plus years, to come and get a 600-page book is just not going to happen. Most of you who are in that position, you don't live your life by figuring out Janelle has recently been hired for a job. Instead, you are actually trying to get hired for the job, or you have the job and you're collecting your check every 2 weeks. So you don't live your life in word problem world. So again, the Kaplan is a great book. I love it. I was just joking with a guy earlier today. He was asking me to post a video about this, which I'm doing right now. But I'm just like, man, you guys go and support this multi-billion-dollar company buying their products, and then you come to me, the humble GED teacher, to explain it. So anyway, I love what I do. I love the students I get to work with, and I love helping people. So as promised, here we go, the Kaplan book that everybody wants. Here we go. We're going to do it. So I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to do one easy problem and one hard problem. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and get started here with the easy problem, which is problem number 14 right here. Angela likes to use two walking sticks when she goes hiking, but the two walking sticks she has been given recently are different lengths. One is 3 and 4/5 of a foot long, and the other is 3.5 feet long. Okay, and so she wants to cut the longer stick, this one right here, to match the shorter one, this one right here, and so that in the end they're going to be equal. So how much should she cut? So she needs to cut something about here so that these two sticks, walking sticks, can be equal. Okay, so this is a very simple one. Obviously, they're asking us to find the difference between these two numbers to know how much to cut off. So we're going to do 3 and 4/5, and then we're going to do 3.5. And because we're finding the difference between this number to find out how much to cut off, we're going to do subtraction. And the very first thing we're going to do is do our lowest common denominator. We're going to do that here too. And so, looks like a 16. That's actually a 10. So 2 goes into 10. 5 times 5 times 1 is 5. 5 goes up top. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 goes on top. So we're doing subtraction. So 3 minus 3, of course, is 0. So we move over here to the fraction. 8 minus 5 is 3. And so we get 3/10. Okay, and so we're going to move that down here so we can see that our answer would be 3/10 of a feet to cut off of that stick. All right, so now we've done the easy one. Let's move on to one a little bit more challenging. So as many of you know, there's 45% of the test is the more simple stuff like I just did, and 55% of the test is the algebra, reasoning, and geometry, some of the more difficult parts of the test. And so I'm going to come down here and do number 6. Let's go ahead and do number 6. So together, Levy and Matthew earn $4,680 per month. Levy earns $520 more than Matthew earns. How much does Levy earn per month? So again, this is one of these, not too tough, but a little bit tougher. It's algebra. So, if you spent any time in my program to get your GED Now test preparation series, I have a two-step process. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but suffice it to say, we're just going to say the total of these two guys and their salary is $4,680. And then we know that Levy earns 520 more than Matthew, and we know that Matthew earns an amount. So we got Levy here, and we got Matthew here. So we don't know how much Matthew earned, so we're just going to call his earnings X. We just don't know what it is, so it's unknown. And we know that Levy earns what Matthew earns plus an additional $520. Okay, so then the next challenge of a problem like this is to actually set this up so we can find out what X actually means. And some of you might be able to try to figure this out in your head, others maybe not, but let me just set it up. So we have X, which is Matthew, and then plus X plus 520, which is Levy, and that all equals $4,680 in earnings. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and solve for X. So X plus X is 2X and plus 520. And I mentioned my two-step method. Another method I have is my patented COPA method. And I use patented loosely. I don't have it patent yet. Probably ought to get it patent. But my COPA method, I'm going to go into it here. That's detailed for you in the program if you want that. But we're just going to suffice it to say do the opposites here. So 520. And if I did it to that side, I'm going to do it to this side. So then 520 minus 520, of course, is 0. So we just drop the 2x down. And then 4,680 minus 520 equals 4,160. Okay. Then, of course, we're still doing the opposites. Again, if you know my COPA method, this will make a lot more sense, or maybe you understand it already. And then x equals 2,080. Now, here is a little golden nugget I'm going to give anybody who's watching this GED practice test video. Most of you are going to do all of this work and come to your answer, and the math is correct, and you come over here and you check 2,080. But that is going to be wrong. And you say, well, why is that wrong? We did everything right. Did you make a mistake? No, I didn't make a mistake. But the question is, how much does Levy earn per month? X is Matthew. Okay, so if you check X, you did all the math right, and that's correct math, but it does not answer the question. The question is Levy, so you got to take 2,080 and add 520 to it, and then you would get 2,600. So that's the correct answer. Okay, for those of you who are stuck on 140 and you're trying to get to 150, this is one of the 3 reasons why you're stuck here. This is classic GED question where you are set up and you do all this work and you miss the question, and so you do the work right, but you miss the question. There's 3 reasons why you're stuck on 140, and one of those reasons is that you have missed the question. And I have a method, 2-step method, that teaches you how not to miss the question. So if you are stuck on 140, but you want to get to 150, let me help you. The Get Your GED Now test preparation series will break these things down for you, and will make sure that you get those extra 10 points that you need to get that 150, pass this test, and get on with the rest of your life. This has been Damon Tennant. I hope everybody's happy now. I've done some Kaplan problems. I hope you've enjoyed it. I like Kaplan too. They're a great company. They do great work. My only point is that if you've been out of school for a while, going to the bookstore, going to the library, and getting that 600-page book, man, it's tough. It is a tough way to go. That's why what I do, working directly with you with my videos and my weekly communications, my text messaging with you, my voicemailing with you, my telephone calls with you, that's why my students have success, because they have me right there with them, standing with them until they cross that finish line and achieve their goal. Again, this is Damon Tennant with the Get Your GED Now test preparation series. Thank you for listening.